Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the west. More specifically, we are in Mantua Springs, Colorado. And today, we're going to be headed up that way, and we are going to the top of Pikes Peak. And no, I am not doing that hike today. We're going to take a train. This is the Pikes Peak Cog Railway that will take us all the way that way to the top of Pikes Peak. Supposedly it takes an hour for the train to get all the way up to the top of the mountain. Now this mountain, 14,000 feet above sea level. Just a week or so ago, I was in Death Valley. I was actually below sea level. Now we're gonna get majorly high above the sea. Now Pikes Peak originally was, the interest came because people went to Pikes Peak to find gold. And originally you had to ride a donkey all the way to the top, but in the late 1800s they created this cog railway that could take people all the way to the top without having to endure the smell of a donkey the entire way. I am just kidding. Donkeys do not smell. I learned at the Donkey Museum that donkeys are strong, gentle, and amazing creatures. We had to ride the back of a donkey all the way up that way. It took 2 days on the back of a donkey to get to the top of Pikes Peak. Now, what's up there? Well, supposedly there's an amazing view up there. I've never been to the top before. The song America the Beautiful, which describes how beautiful this country is, was actually inspired by Pikes Peak. The songwriter was at the top of Pikes Peak looking out onto the view, and that's what inspired the song America the Beautiful. And of course, it is the year of planes, trains, and automobiles here on the Carpetbagger channel, so what is more fitting than taking a train to the top of a mountain? Please follow me. And here is our train, the Cog Railway. It will take us all the way up that way. And my understanding is the train does not turn around at any point. It goes all the way that way, then it goes backwards, back down here. And you see these signs everywhere down here. Altitude warnings. We will be traveling over 14,000 feet above sea level. It says regardless of your age and fitness level, lightheadedness and disorientation can occur. Now, this is no joke. This probably will be the highest elevation that I've ever been to, and I think the highest I've been is in Fairplay, Colorado, which is I think 9,000, almost 10,000 feet above sea level. So this is significantly more than that. When I was in Fairplay, I was completely out of breath. I couldn't walk up a gentle incline without completely getting out of breath. So it will be interesting what this all does to my body. So I am bringing this 1 liter of water with me. Hopefully that will be enough to keep me alive for the next 3 hours. See the comic foreground here. You've got the conductor, and he is actually taking a bunch of animals up on the Cog Railway. You've got the bighorn sheep. You've got the black bear, and supposedly that is a marmot. Yes, they have marmots up here on Pikes Peak. You can't be the eagle. I guess eagles are just too dignified to be part of a head in the hole situation. And they just made an announcement. We should be boarding here in just a few moments. All aboard. All right, we are headed all the way to the back of the train. I paid a little extra for this ticket. This is called the Engineers Downhill. So all the way in the back of the train, this is where the engineer will be sitting, at least going downhill. So the train is headed that way. So there are people in the opposite seats that will be able to see the front row seat on the way up, but we are going to see the front view on the way down. So headed up, we'll be going backwards. Oh, we are moving. Here we go. backwards up the mountain. Already going up. Oh yeah, kind of a strange feeling of
Attention passengers and crew, attention passengers and crew, stand by for warp speed.
Warp speed.
Warp drive engaging.
Warp drive engaging. Oh, okay. Speeding up a little bit. I say it's an awkward feeling going up backwards, kind of weird. But now apparently we're doing it in warp speed as well. We're getting a much more dramatic angle pretty quickly. Yeah, because it is a mountain, you have to go at kind of a drastic angle, just straight up. Yeah, there's no engineer here right now. I imagine the engineer's up front right now, and they will come to the back and pilot from here on the way down.
So it's Ron. I believe today is his third day. Everyone say hi, Ron. And I'm going to refer to this side of the train as the two-seat side, because there's two seats. And on this side of the train, I'm going to refer to things as the three-seat side. So something else you might be noticing about these rocks is that they've got some really sharp edges on them. To the tracks.
Yeah,
now you're going to want to look out just past that large boulder.
The beautiful fall leaves as we ascend. Oh, we're passing the other train.
This pipe is connected to the oldest operating.
You can actually see the speedometer here. Yeah, currently going about 9 miles per hour.
Vanilla or butterscotch. I gave one a hug just a couple of months ago. It smells exactly like one of those butterscotch snack pack puddings.
There's another train.
Right after we pass this train, we're going to pass another car on of you are wondering is what makes this a cog rail versus a regular train. And
at this point, this train car is essentially a mystery house. Look how slanted it is. That is crazy. Look at that.
Mount Almagre. You can see what a tree line looks like on Mount Almagre. This mountain is also nicknamed Calendar Mountain, and it's called Calendar Mountain because it stands at 12,365 feet.
So we are just leaving the tree line, meaning we are getting too high for trees to grow. So you can see here, suddenly all the trees just vanished.
Around, and those have the intelligence of a 7-year-old child, which is a little scary if you ask me.
You can see the snow-capped mountain over there. I don't know if the top will have snow on it or not. Well, it's getting much colder too. You can feel the cold air blowing in through the open windows. Now, this is just crazy high at this point.
They had a child named Johnny Taggart who later came to work for the Cog Railway. Car number 2, can you hear me?
A house for the crew up here.
Beautiful. All right, so we left the depot in Manitou Springs at 12 p.m., which means we will be leaving the summit of Pikes Peak at 2 p.m. If we can please find our way back to our seats at this time, we cannot begin moving again until you are seated. Alrighty, Ron, you have high bow.
Highway to drive up here.
So I know that we're all on the same page. What time are we leaving the mountain today?
We're at the steepest grade right now. We're almost to the top.
Fully set,
look,
and you'll
there's
know the
people.
brakes are fully set because I'm going to give you the all clear, which sounds like this. All clear. Half of Ron and
There
myself,
is
we would like to welcome you
the
to the
visitor
summit of
center.
America's mountain, Pikes Peak, at 14,115 feet. Congratulations, y'all, you made it.
All right, let's check out this crazy peak. Yeah, what a train ride. And I did notice there's several trains running at the same time. We passed about 3 trains on the way up. There is a second rail over on this side. Oh yeah, these are some nice views there. Look at that. Yeah, that view is simply insanity. There's a little marker down there. I can't really read. A little triangle. But yeah, you can see forever out this way. Walk along here and see some of the different views. You can see Colorado Springs and Manitou Springs out there. Just barely though, we're very high up. Oh, there's a dog up here. Woo. These views take your breath away. Either that, or it is the elevation sickness. taking my breath away. Oh my goodness. Trains over there. And just look at all of this. The Purple Mountains majesty, if you will. Not getting the elevation sickness too bad. I can hear, you tell my I always can tell my breathing is different when I'm at these high elevations. Just kind of have a different pace of breathing. The air has less oxygen in it. I feel a little bit weird faced, a little numbly in the face, and a little bit of a stomach ache. But other than that, I'm okay. Usually, when you get to high elevations, you actually have to urinate more. That's part of the problem. So I've been drinking the water, trying to stay hydrated. And here's the parking lot. These people chose to drive up here by automobile. That may be something I try in the future. I was I was thinking about coming up here automobile, but then when I found out there was actually a train that would take you up here, I said, yeah, we gotta do the train. Maybe we'll do the automobile ride in the future. Although I've heard it's pretty terrifying, and of course, when you're controlling your own vehicle, it's more terrifying because you can always, make a mistake and go plummeting 14,000 feet to the ground. Yeah, here is the English teacher, Catherine Bates. Not to be confused with Kathy Bates, the actress, but she does look a little bit like Kathy Bates. I think Kathy Bates could actually play her in a movie if she needed to. But this is the view that inspired the anthem. She wrote America the Beautiful. And you know what? Those mountains do look a little purple from this viewpoint. And then over here, the lyrics to America the Beautiful. I'll spare you my my singing, but the engineer actually sang the song on the way up, which is pretty cool. And apparently there is days where there is a lot of snow up here. Here it's just kind of a smattering here. Here and there actually looks like it's kind of in the process of melting. But I think we're going to head into the visitor center here. Oh, here's the official Pikes Peak Bigfoot here. They have a Bigfoot. Yeah, it is a natural forest, but the train is run by a private company, so not affected by the government shutdown. There's actually a pretty good view from inside the building here, which probably is necessary during some of the colder times of the year. Now they say one of the must-dos here at the top of Pikes Peak is to eat an high elevation donut. Apparently they're known for their donuts. Somehow eating a donut made it a higher elevation. Apparently they're more delicious the higher you make them. There you can see the Pikes Peak world famous donut. And help yourself here. I think these are the cinnamon and sugar donuts. Grab some of these. Let's go outside to enjoy our donut. I wanted to enjoy my high elevation donut while looking out onto the beautiful views here at Pikes Peak. So let's see if it's true. Do donuts really taste better when they're prepared at 14,000 feet above sea level? It's good. Like that cinnamon sugar. Really yummy. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good donut. It's not very like fluffy or airy. Kind of a cakey donut. And now I'm having altitude sickness and having trouble catching a breath while eating a donut. But otherwise, pretty good donut there. While we outlook onto this beautiful view here. And here we have the Pikes Peak exhibits. Now here's how Pikes Peak compares to some of the other mountains. We have Mount Everest over here in the middle, one of the tallest. We're about less than halfway up. Less than halfway up. We're almost. We're about right here on Mount Kilimanjaro. And check over here. We have Denali. Denali's the highest peak in North America, 20,000 feet, 6,000 feet higher than where we're at. Actually saw Denali while we were in Alaska. So we are not too bad. We are over halfway, probably about 3/4 up the way of Denali. One thing I do wonder, though, is this the most accessible peak of this height? Because all these other mountains seem like mountains that you'd have to climb to, that you'd have to scale. Pikes Peak, you take a car, take a train, and you're all the way up here. Leave a comment in the comment section. Is there a more accessible peak that's at this level of height? And here we have a video talking about the history of Pikes Peak with a model here.
On the Cog Railroad.
Oh, there it shows the Cog Railroad.
In 1892, U.S. Congress established the Pikes.
Oh, look at the fireworks.
It wasn't the only annual event to take root.
Here's what the mountain is referred to by different tribes. The Ute call it Taba Kaval. The Pawnee call it Tuspa. The Jerichiah Apache call it Yataya Itzi. And the Arapaho call it He Otayu, and I apologize if I mispronounced any of those. An exhibit here on the Ute people.
It would also be called Sierra Alhambra.
Yeah, it shows the mules and the carriages that used to come up here. Here is the 1890s where they actually built the railroad that we just traveled up on. Yeah, you can see how the engine used to push the train car up the mountain. There's a pressed penny machine on top of Pikes Peak here. I hear pressed pennies are better when they're pressed at this height. So let's get some pennies. Would you like all 8 images for only $5? Yeah, let's go with all 8. Oh, there we go. Now, a lot of different designs there. They even have a Pikes Peak Bigfoot, as well as a marmot penny. And there we have it, 8 pennies pressed at 14,000 feet. And here's the Pikes Peak gift shop, complete with giant Bigfoot. And those Pikes Peak donuts are so famous, you get a Pikes Peak donut Christmas ornament. Oh yeah, donuts are serious business here. It's various Pikes Peak t-shirts. Oh, there's some more pennies over here, but this one is out of order. Over here, this is where we came up on the train. This view here is of the Garden of the Gods. You can actually see quite a bit that way, including several cities. So there's the Summit House we just came out of, and this is what's left of the original Summit House. You can see photos there of what the inside was. It says they did have a restaurant and souvenirs and a telegraph station. Okay, so I think it's time to head back to the train. We were pretty clear that the train will leave without you. And normally I'm the last person back on the train, but I think I'll make an exception here and show up on time. So we're going to be in the same seat riding down. So we'll be sitting right there. But this time we'll be getting a forward looking view of heading down the mountain. We got a forward looking view of going up the mountain in reverse last time. the all aboard. let's get on the train. One last look at the beautiful views here before we take our seat. Now, as far as like the elevation sickness, definitely feel like the shallow breathing and things like that. So, don't, you know, you do feel it. I am feeling it. Not enough to like make me pass out or you know, make me completely disorientated, but you know, you feel it. You absolutely feel it. Engineers back here now, and we are headed back down.
Has cruise control that he sets. No cruise control on this one. I got to drive this one all the way downhill. So every time the pitch of the track changes, I've got to adjust our speed.
I'm sure it's a cool mom. I bet she was.
Right here's where we drop off the edge of the world. This is the steepest grade we have. It's a 26%.
That's the 26% grade here.
As soon as I get past this curve,
I feel like I'm about ready to go down a roller coaster. Oh my gosh. This is like going down a roller coaster.
Oh, look at the aspen turning out.
Slowest roller coaster on earth.
Really pretty.
Those are marmots.
Well, there's marmots scattering as the train comes.
That little things, aren't they? They're about to go into high.
You can see marmots down here on the track. They apparently are actually a nuisance. They will dig in the rocks, throw rocks onto the track, and they'll actually have to stop the train and get the rocks off the track before they proceed. Oh yeah, you can see right there, dug a hole right in the middle of the train track and kicked those that gravel up onto the track. There's the conductors. Got to go out there and clear the rocks off the track so that the train can proceed. Kicking the rocks down into the marmot hole.
We found if you pour gas down there, you don't light it, just pour it down there. That usually runs them off. But this is all new here. That's
We're about to fall off the edge here. It is very steep right here. On the way up, you felt like you were getting pushed back, and you're kind of hard to lean forward. Here, it's kind of hard to lean back. You would kind of want to feel like you're falling forward the whole time. Re-entering the tree line here. Looks like we gotta pull over, let this train through. Propped rock here.
This is prop rock.
Big rock propped up by little rocks.
We're getting ready you go down Son of God Hill.
Oh, there's
There's the section crew. Some people that work on the train. Hello.
What a bunch of goons.
I know, right?
Every year before anybody rides on it. If it doesn't pass, nobody rides on it. This is passed, we're good.
We are leaving Pike National Forest. And we are headed back into the station. As we exit the train over here, this tells the temperature at the top. It is currently 30 degrees with 20-degree wind chill. So it was about 70 degrees down here, so about a 40-degree difference. Here's the train gift shop with the Manitou Incline t-shirt. And for some reason they have astronaut black bears and black bears dressed as Bigfoot. And then down here is a black bear dressed like an axolotl because kids love axolotls. So these plush marmots here make music. Oh, he's playing America the Beautiful. This little conductor bear for Cog Railway. Our conductor wasn't a bear. Our conductor was very much a human being. There's a lot of warm clothing here because it gets so much colder at the top that people aren't thinking. So they show up and they're like, oh wait, it's gonna be 40 degrees less on the top. Better stock up on warm clothes. Now look at their postcard selection here. That has America the Beautiful on it. It has some marmots on it. This one is a little crazier. This is a story about a honeymooning couple who was hiking up to Pikes Peak and froze to death. So it says frozen to death on Pikes Peak, August 21st, 1911. That's a heck of a postcard. And over here by the restrooms, we have another pressed penny machine. This isn't a high-tech one like we saw on top of the mountain. This is the old school hand-cranked variety. And these have some of the Cog Railway pennies on it. And a bighorn sheep. This is quarter penny. So there we got some flattened pennies, and we didn't even have to leave them on this railroad track. The train left while I was in the gift shop. I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. So time to get off this long, lonesome rail and back on this long, lonesome road. Stopped off here in Cripple Creek, Colorado, after a beautiful drive through the mountains, seeing the fall colors. And look at this. I have another railroad here, the Cripple Creek and Victor Narrow Gauge Railroad. Now, I've learned recently there's a lot of scenic railroads in Colorado, so next time I may have to check this one out. And check out the trains real quick here. Well, that's a very colorful locomotive. And here comes the train, backing into the station.
Carpetbagger!
Hey, how's it going? Oh, thank you.
Love your videos.
Thank you so much. I was just thinking, maybe someday I'll do the Colorado Railroad Grand Tour. Just go around Colorado filming all these beautiful scenic railroads. Oh, I was walking over this way. I saw Ghostface laying on his belly making a phone call with some fall flowers wrapped in his feet. This looks to be a scarecrow contest. I like this one. It's super creepy. I think that is that a Minecraft scarecrow? I thought this was the Monopoly Man scarecrow, but it looks like he's getting super drunk over here drinking some moonshine. Now this is fitting. That's a railroad employee scarecrow. And there we have Elvis scarecrow. Oh, look how thick his straw-based chest hair is. A little alien scarecrow. Is that Roswell or bust? I was just in Roswell not too long ago, buddy. This is a scarecrow donkey. Of course, donkeys are beloved in these mining communities for their work in the mines. Oh, they've actually erected a statue to donkeys here in Cripple Creek. Now this over here is a gold mine, a massive gold mine. See where they've been mining on the mountain there. And I could actually see this from Pikes Peak. And they said that they actually make $1 million in gold a day from the gold they find. And believe it or not, we're going for a hike. If you notice one of these familiar birdhouses. Before we head out onto the trail, we have this old mine here, the American Eagle mine. Have the old tower there, as well as this building. There's a couple buildings. Oh, look at that. There's the old miner's bed. But now it is time for our hike. It says through the V gate here. Yeah, this is day 4. My hiking streak. I've been on 4 hikes in the last 4 days of varying difficulties. Oh yeah, some more birdhouses up there. Well, this is kind of cool. This is a mountain locator. So you have this little dial here. You point it. You look at a mountain. You're like, what mountain is that? What's that right there? Let's point this right at that mountain. Oh, it is Ouray Mountain. You can see the gold mine from here. That is massive. I guess it's just stripped off the top of an entire mountain. And I think I see her. Rita the Rock Planter, one of the Thomas Dambo trolls. I failed to make it out here last time I was going through Colorado, but so happy to finally meet her. Now this is just my interpretation, but I think what we have here is somewhat of a contrast. We have the gold mine over there where they have removed rocks and minerals out of the ground, out of the mountain. And then we have Rita the Rock Planter, and she's pushing these rocks back into the earth, back into the ground, returning the minerals to the ground. And Thomas Dambo is very much an environmentalist, so that's my interpretation of what is occurring here. Now, for those of you who follow the channel, you know that I specifically seek out these Thomas Dambo trolls. Thomas Dambo, an artist who makes sculptures out of recycled materials and puts them in beautiful places like this, trying to promote an earth-friendly viewpoint. And he's been building them very quickly recently. It used to be a time where they were very rare to find one. Now they're popping up all over, and I say good. I think the world needs more of this type of troll. And he has a website, trollmap.com, where you can track all the trolls. I've been trying to visit every Thomas Dambo troll. I've been unsuccessful. He's building them too fast. I can't keep up with him. However, this is actually part of a set of trolls, a coast-to-coast set of trolls known as Way of the Bird King. And technically, this is the final troll in the Way of the Bird King that I have not seen. Now, the Way of the Bird King is cross country. There's a troll in Vermont who I actually think is closed off now. The property owner changed their mind and doesn't want people visiting the troll. So I was very lucky to slide into the very narrow amount of time that they were welcoming guests. Then there was Big Rusty in New Jersey. It was a troll laying on a big rusty building. That was one of my favorites. And then we went up to Michigan and saw the troll up there. I believe that was in the Upper Peninsula, I think. And so then you go the rest of the way to the Pacific Northwest, where there are five trolls. And I spent an entire day in Seattle riding ferries. Took about 4 or 5 ferry rides to see all the trolls. So I kind of finished here in the middle of the country with my final troll from the Way of the Bird King. Now, this was the easiest hike that I've been on in the past 4 days, and here at the end we get a nice view of those Colorado fall leaves. It's been a good day. Been a day filled with natural beauty. What did we learn today? We learned all about the Pikes Peak Cog Railway. Taking an hour up the side of a mountain, traveling 6,000 feet in the air to see the beautiful America out in front of us. It's pretty. So you go up there and you basically just look down at America. We learned there are so many trains here in Colorado. You got to ride them all at some point. And we met another one of Thomas Dambo's wonderful trolls out here in Colorado. So, as usual, I am running behind. I am not on schedule. I'm still trying to make it home by this weekend. So I'm going to be driving quite a bit tonight. I'm driving, trying to make as much my way through Kansas as far as I can tonight. So I don't know where we will end up tomorrow, but I do appreciate you guys coming along with me. Means a lot to me. It means a lot to me that you guys watch these videos, that I can share these adventures with all of you. Like, it reminds me, like the guy I just met that recognized me coming in from the train. That was crazy. But I love meeting people in person, putting a face to those comments, knowing that there's real people out there that share in these journeys with me. And I appreciate every one of you who participates in these journeys and has been on this wild ride that I have been on for over 10 years now, exploring this country, just seeing all the wonderful things that are out there, and I'm more than happy to bring you guys with me. So thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos, consider subscribing. What I do here, if you're new here, what I do, I travel around the country. I've been to all 50 states. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, all sorts of different fun modes of transportation, different events, and other fun random stuff. If you'd like to help out the channel other ways, there's of course Patreon, $3 or more. Get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also, we have the souvenir shop where we sell enamel pins, pressed pennies, motel key fobs, other souvenirs. That's down in the Etsy shop. Also doing messages on Cameo. If you'd like to receive a message from me or send it to a friend or family member, you can do that down below. In fact, all those things that I just mentioned are... Oh, I can hear that train again. I hear that train echoing through the valley here in Colorado. Down below you can find all those ways to help support the channel. And all of those things, of course, keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my dear friends, this one's in the bag. I know I already said goodbye, but I couldn't just drive past this. Look at that. There is the silliest looking T-Rex I have ever seen. And some sort of sauropod as well. This is, we're just alongside of the road here. Just headed out, still in Colorado. What is this? It's closed. There's no trespassing signs up. Otherwise, I would have gone ahead and gone in. Oh, there's a pterodactyl over there. Some smaller dinosaurs, triceratops, maybe a raptor. These are great. And look what we have over here. There is the Flintstones, all the Flintstone characters. It's Fred, Wilma, Barney, Betty, Dino, Bam Bam, and Pebbles. And then like a giant donkey creature at the end. Yeah, I just can't get over this guy here. If anyone has any information on what this place was, leave a comment in the comment section. Also way back there, there's some sort of Sasquatch-like creature, I think. I know most people don't make it to the end of the videos, but I just had to document this while I could. If you made it to the end and you saw this, leave a comment in the comment section letting me know you made it to the end and you saw the T-Rex.